Hello, this is Jacob Hiller from freeverticaljumptraining.com, also known as the Jump Manual, and what I'm going to be covering today is you may have heard a little bit about nutrients or different supplements you can take that will increase your jumping ability, and I just wanted to cover that so you understand exactly what that is, what may or may not help, and if there really is a jumping food that might help you get some results. And first of all, I want to come out and say that there's not any food that is specifically made for jumping. All the muscles that you use to jump are muscles the same as any other muscle in your body. So really, the same thing that all your muscles need in your body, which is protein to build and restore your muscles, and also the energy so that you can use the muscles. So basically, you need fuel and energy. And if you have those two things, you're going to be functioning at the highest level possible, and that's really what's important. So anything that says it's specifically made for jumping is really just saying it's for muscles in general, and it's not any different. That being said, it is extremely important if you want to maximize your training that your diet is correct. Now, you don't need to get fatty with the diet, F-A-D-D-Y, not fatty. You don't need to get overzealous about having this crazy diet. A diet is really one of the hardest things to keep with your workout. But I do know it's very, very important. Let me give you an example. When I was doing some weightlifting before, I wanted to get to 215 pounds. And at the time, I was 200 pounds. I'm 6'4", 200 pounds, very high metabolism, so really hard for me to gain weight. I struggled for 1 year trying to get to 215 pounds. Very hard workouts, very intense workouts, and wondering why I wasn't putting on the type of muscle I wanted to put on. I was talking to all my friends who were bodybuilders. A lot of them were a lot bigger than I was, and I was just wondering, what I needed to do. They all told me you needed to eat more, eat more, eat more, and I just kind of moved it aside and trained harder. So if you're one of the people who's out there training very hard and wondering where your results are at, this tip might help. So anyways, what I ended up doing is I changed to a fairly strict diet. I would have a protein shake in the morning mixed with some crushed up oatmeal, and then I would have one in the afternoon, at night. I would have a big lunch, a big dinner, and intermixed I'd have a total of about 5 protein shakes. Now that's fairly extreme, and you don't need to do that. But just so you know what happened is I put on, in about 4 to 6 months, I put on 30 pounds of muscle, and I was training hard and eating right. I put it on quicker than I ever have before. And I've since lost all that weight. You look at me now, I'm actually about 205 pounds now. I've lost all that weight, but I'm also not eating as strictly as I should be. So here's what I recommend. You need a protein, and it's best to have a whey protein. The best type is a whey protein isolate, a whey isolate. And the best time to drink your protein is in between 15 and 45 minutes after your workout, as soon as possible after your workout. And that's because your muscles are so drained of energy that they need not only the carbs and the energy to get back into strength, but also they need the protein and the amino acids to start building and repairing the muscles so that your workouts actually count towards strengthening those muscles. The protein drink that I recommend, and a lot of them will work as long as they have the amino acids, the carbohydrates, and as long as they have the whey protein. I recommend whey protein isolate, not a concentrate, a whey protein isolate. So what I use is Cytogainer. So directly after my workout, I'll drink a Cytogainer. A lot of times I have a very high metabolism, so sometimes in the blender I'll mix up some oatmeal and I'll grind it up real fine like powder and add it to it. It just makes it that much, that many more carbohydrates. So that's something you can do. I definitely recommend grinding the oatmeal before you put it in, because if you don't, it gets kind of grainy and it's not as good. So if you're looking to maximize your workout, get yourself a protein drink, have it directly after your workout. If you're looking to really build some muscle, drink your protein shake in the morning, at night, and right after your workout. So 3 times a day at least. And if you're really looking to put on some weight, you can do it more, along with eating a balanced diet and everything like that. The other supplement I will recommend is creatine. And some of you, I at least was wary to try any supplement, but I trust creatine, and creatine works. You can just use a creatine monohydrate. You can get the cheap kind, the powder, and what a creatine does is it's going to help you have harder workouts. So basically, your muscles need what's called ADT, adenosine triphosphate. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, in order to function. Now, if you have creatine, is actually made by your body naturally, so if it's in your body, your muscles are already using it. If you have additional creatine, they can use the creatine to create more ATP in your body, and therefore you have more energy for your muscles, which means you can work out harder, you can work out longer. And so I've used creatine. Initially I didn't, and I had great gains, but I've just noticed that the creatine did give me a little extra bump for the energy, harder workouts. Basically, if you get a harder workout, you're going to have better muscle growth. Some people say, well, when you get off the creatine, are you going to lose all that muscle? No. When you're done with creatine, you're not going to lose all that muscle. The reason that muscle is going to stay, as long as you keep using the muscle to its maximum potential, then your body tells itself it still needs that muscle, and so it's not going to atrophy or get rid of it. But if you stop working out and stop using creatine, you're going to lose that muscle as well. Another supplement I would recommend, and these are all optional, these are just to optimize your workout. Any workout program is going to give you results without using these supplements or dieting correctly. However, having the correct protein and the correct diet is going to make a big difference. So I'd also recommend glutamine. The reason I would recommend taking a glutamine supplement is glutamine, it helps your joints to repair correctly. So you're putting a lot of stress on your joints when you're jumping. I used to be a triple jumper, and so landing on one foot was putting a lot of stress on my knees, and so it was probably a good idea to take glutamine. It's just an added bonus. You can get some pretty cheap glutamine. All the supplements I'm recommending here are included in the Vertical Jump Manual, and so you can find links. And I found the cheapest products that were also effective. So I know that we're all, sometimes we're on limited budgets, so I hope that works out. The last couple things I'd recommend is drink plenty of water. My rule is kind of crude, but my rule is that if your urine is not clear, then you're not drinking enough water. So just be careful of that. When you have enough water in your system, it allows your entire system to function more correctly. I'd also recommend a multivitamin. It's not necessarily a need to have a multivitamin if you're getting all your fruits and vegetables anyways, but most of us aren't, so we could use the extra vitamins that help our muscles and our entire body to work at its maximum potential. And the last thing I'd recommend is ice your knees or ice your shins, whatever, if something's getting sore, you better start icing it right away. Quick story, my knees were pretty sore after doing some jump workouts, and actually from triple jumping is really where I had the sorest knees, and I thought I was not going to be able to play, really play hard out on the court. And so I wasn't icing, though, because it took so long to ice. You get out the ice and you rub it on your knee. It takes like 45 minutes. Who wants to do that every day? What I found out is I'm actually icing right now. I can show you what I use. I use a pack like this. You can get it at Walmart. It just wraps around your knee, and that way when you get home, you just throw it in your freezer, wrap it around your knee, and you can go about your business without having to, take 45 minutes out of your day to ice your knees. Ever since I've started using these on my knees, I feel almost 100% better. So if you're having pain, don't neglect ice. Icing your knees will make a difference. And a lot of times doctors will also tell you to use ibuprofen or some kind of inflammatory agent to help, anti-inflammatory agent to help kind of keep swelling down, and that's going to help out. So just kind of summarize, you need the protein, you need the carbohydrates to build the muscles correctly. If you're working out hard, trust me, the diet is more important than how hard you work out. Once you get to a certain level, you just will not be able to gain weight without the protein. Like I said, I was training for a year, just trying to gain 10 pounds, 15 pounds, couldn't get it. But in about 4 to 6 months, I gained 30 pounds because I was eating correctly. And I wasn't chubby. I'm not the type of person who can get chubby. I'm just come from a very skinny, high metabolism stock. So I also recommend the creatine, the glutamine, a multivitamin, and ice packs. So if you have any questions, go to my website. If you're liking these videos, please give me a 5-star rating or a rating so that I can keep providing these videos, and subscribe to my videos if you like. The website is jumpmanual.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.